through the.
What did
he
he comment
commented.
on?
Yeah, you can comment on the pre-live. You always have been able
I
to do that.
I didn't schedule it. I mean, actually, yeah, maybe it does. It looks. Oh, it's cool. The what do you call it? The default thumbnail looks pretty sick, actually. To be fair, good to leave it. Right, we are. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're streaming. Hey, whoa, we're streaming. Just like forgot that I pressed stream.
Hello there. That is actually good. That is cool.
3 people. Are you on YouTube? Probably on Twitter. How's it going, Twitter? Jam-packed episode this week. I'll tell you what, you need your light on, I think.
I need what? Yeah. Why don't you have a Christmas tree already?
Oh. How do you know I don't?
Well, you're not showing it. But you see these like lights? This is like my Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice and cozy.
Yeah, my room is so green, and I feel like I have way too much beige here. I need to add some more green.
They're complementary.
Yeah.
I think there's some
I want to see just green.
And just so my editing is easier, I think you need to be more central to your camera.
True.
Composition-wise, you look beautiful. I would opt for the first third with the tree in the third. That composition really looked great, but it's annoying having to edit someone who's just slightly off center.
Yeah, and you see how quickly I was able to fix it because everything is just I can reach anyway. Okay, cool. So hello to everybody joining, to people on Twitter and on Instagram. Please consider joining us on YouTube. You can see everything much bigger, with better quality and less lag, and then we can add your comments and
and that's where the like button exists.
Yes,
that like button. Just click it. Just consider clicking it. Just give it a little scratch, give it a little sniff, scratch and sniff.
Okay, so I'm gonna pin my own comment on Instagram so people can see it when they join. And I don't know if we have a lot of people this week because holidays are approaching or they have started, depending on where you live, and depending on the time zone, you might be right now running around like crazy to do some shopping.
That's true. I should have done some stuff today, to be honest, but I'm kind of screwed. I'm always screwed with Christmas shopping. I try and start early, but then other people aren't in the mindset. So that I'm asking like, oh, what would you like, or this or that, and no one's in the mindset. No one wants to think about it as early as I do, and then when they start doing it, it's too late for me, and I'm just like, that's we're out of sync. I'm out of sync with absolutely everyone in my life.
So all you need to do is to shift it to the next year. So you have to already plan next year's gifts.
Well, so technically,
it's difficult.
It is. But technically, this means this is our Christmas episode, and is this a Christmassy? Is that Christmassy?
I don't know. I should have bought one of the. Well,
this is a bit Christmassy. Yeah. It's a bit of trash. That's a little bit Christmassy in it. Can I put that?
I have like a Christmas sweatshirt, and also I want to buy one of the hats, but I don't have it. Anyway, let's talking about Christmassy. Let me show you something that I've been working on.
Okay.
So I'm sharing my screen, and now people. Okay, now we see your screen. Let's do this. Let's try this again. Add to stage. Okay. So every year around Christmas, I do something cool for my clients, and I'm going to make a video about this also. But let me show you what I've been building just quickly. You see this? cool thingy.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's pretty cool. And you see if I drag it to 70% here, you see this threshold thing shows up. So that is firing a JavaScript event because I want to capture this and then do a bunch of other animations. So what this is doing, this is a part of a bigger plan. I'm going to show my Figma here. Part of like a bigger project. Let me show you the final result. Well, semi-final result. A Christmas card that I will be sending to my clients. Each will get their own version on my domain using the CMS and like slash their name, and will have like their own text and stuff. And there is the idea of this thing to pull, and then the lights go on and the snow will follow, and we'll have the jingle bell song and things like this. So building this for my clients, but also doing this year a bit early so I can share it with the community through my app Flowing for people to just easily copy paste it and send a version of this to their clients. And I thought, what is better than one Christmas card? 2 Christmas cards. So we are doing another version again with WebGL effects, and we're doing something like this with a tree that you can customize and then send the customized version to your client. You could put like their logo on the top instead of the star. So I think that is also cute for the client to see their own logo on the top. So yeah, and what I just showed was a tiny part of that, and I had a lot of fun doing all of this. Like you can change the trigger and change the size and the distance, and I don't know, like the color or like the width of this thing, and the length, and it's quite fun, with gravity, everything. And it's just a 3JS app, essentially some 3JS.
Cool. Did you vibe code that?
Yes.
No, I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just saying. Did you yourself to build this vibe code?
Yes,
build
like
it,
vibe coded this.
Nice.
Yeah, vibe coded this. I knew what I want. I had the designs, and so what I did, actually, I don't have like the Webflow project right now open. Maybe I do. Let me see if it's here. Maybe it is this one. It's kind of, yeah. So I can't show more right now. I'm in the middle of building, but essentially we're doing like an HTML element that you can design fully, and using, I believe it's CSS2 canvas or something like this, that exists in 3JS. We put that inside, or we render that inside of the canvas. So this card that you see here can be any element that you create in your Webflow project or any app that in like just HTML, and you give it a specific attribute, and with the code we pull that in, we attach a string to it, and then you can play with it. So I'm thinking about like how others can play around with this, and yeah,
very cool.
It's pretty cool.
Very thoughtful.
It's fun. It's really fun, like doing this. So you have no idea how many bugs I had and how bad the first versions were, but like we got.
Did you just know what you were going to be building like before you built it, or did you kind of go through a few iterations? Or we could do this, or we could do that.
So every year we do have a card. Like the card from last year was this one. So we started actually in Figma with exploration and some ideas. We knew that we wanted to do WebGL. My designer literally drew these. This is so cute. So it started from here. And then another thing we did for my course on Black Friday, we had the Black Friday badge like that. So we kind of like had inspiration based on this. I hope this answers the question. It's just like different sorts of inspirations coming together, and as a team we come up with these ideas.
Very cool.
Yeah,
inspires me to do a Christmas card. I should do a Christmas card.
Well, I'm going to share that hopefully by tomorrow, and then you'll be just able to
there you go. It's all
literally
taken care
customize it. Yeah, it is taken care of. Like so much of these things you can customize, especially with this version, which is much more minimal. The tree you can change like how many layers it has, like the angles, the dots, the animation, the logo on top, so much of it. Yeah.
Nice.
And Roham is right now, you see he's working on animating. Like we have some details, like look at this. It's so nice. He's animating this with Lottie. Maybe, I don't know. I know he's animating. I'm not sure. Lottie or Rive. So.
Very cool. Well, I won't dwell on it too long, but I had an unintentional early Christmas present to myself, which is this. Do you know what that is?
Oh, nice. Yes. This is the click. What is it called? Like click? No. Click
create
something.
A micro.
And that's the Framer one.
And this is the Framer one. Yes,
yeah,
it's the Framer one.
Really
I think they did a
nice.
Figma one of the old version, and it's weighty. That's metal.
That is nice.
Yeah,
it looks really nice.
How
much was that?
$179.
$179.
And it has a rotate wheel here, so I can't do it because I've triggered that, so it will switch tabs. So you don't know this right now, but I'm switching the tabs. I'm switching through all my tabs like that.
That is cool.
This one is like a little nubbin, so I can move it to the left. So right now I'm selecting. I've got some shortcuts associated with that, but I can rotate that 360 degrees and access different, shortcuts or whatever through that. And then, of course, I can assign these buttons to whatever it is I want. And then
that is really cool.
And then I've got a selection. Here it is. I've got to be really careful now. And I've got a selection of keys then.
You can choose them. Yeah, that's nice.
That big blue one is a publish button intended for Framer use. So, yeah, really, really nice. And if you can get, I have so many comments. Like I should do a review, shouldn't I? Really?
Yeah.
But I have so many comments. Like the truth is, it's really nice, but you just don't like if you have this set up for like 3 or 4 different apps. It's like trying to remember which key does what in all these different apps, right? So you kind of want to carry forward, like if you say have copy and paste as an example, you kind of want to carry that same key through all of your apps, but it's quite hard to do that. Yeah, and also I wish that there was. Oh God, I wish that they would. I don't know how they would do this, but like one of the buttons needs like the home key. On the home key, the F and the J on your keyboard right now has a little bump on it on your keyboard. Needs something like that, maybe in the middle or somewhere to feel like you're at home. I don't know how they would do that. That's just me like dreaming. All that being said, I've had the worst experience I've ever had with a product with this thing. It keeps crashing and I've had to reset it about 12 times and it doesn't go to sleep either. So the first night I had this, it just kept waking my computer up because it wouldn't itself go to sleep. So it just kept connecting to my computer. And their whole feedback system is totally shit. I've already forwarded them on. Like when you connect to the computer and the app, the special app that you're able to program all these buttons, if it doesn't connect, there's a little button on there called show feedback. Because naturally you would think that would be the place. It's like this is where it doesn't connect. So I click that. I've left forum posts and whatever, and then no one's getting back to me. And then I try and contact them on Twitter, and they tell me to email this email. So we're in conversation, and then they just forward me something which I've done a million times. But that's beside the point. They don't really know that. But all I'll say is, if you're running a product, like don't make it hard. If you are receiving feedback from a non-official channel, you're only doing yourself a disservice by like not operating in that channel. If I contact you on Twitter, deal with it on Twitter. Like don't just say go find us here or do that there. Like you need to be where your users are. That's my belief anyway. I don't know. Like I just hate it when people are like, oh, we don't monitor this thing. And it's like, well, it's your it's your and this is the only button available from the app, by the way. When you click the feedback button, you're able to create a bug from there. So naturally you think they're monitoring that. So anyway, that's from a organizational standpoint, not my greatest experience. And it's lasted okay today, but the fact that it just keeps freezing and restarting, and then I need to go through setup again. It's annoying.
I'm quite I'm curious, how did you choose that? Why did you end up choosing that over the Stream Deck Plus? So
funny you say that now. Funny you say, because that was going to be my next point. Is that the problem is that these are fixed buttons, and now I see why the
these are like
Deck
screens
exists, right? And it suddenly made sense to me. I bought this purely to support Framer. Don't need it. Didn't need it. Didn't think I'd need it. Now I'm starting to see actually it's quite nice. Like we've discussed it on the show before, where I hate with my hands doing this, going mouse, keyboard. Whereas now in Final Cut, in an ideal situation, I've got one hand on the mouse, one hand on this, and all of my key operations are all done on this, whether it's cut, copy, paste, delete, all of that stuff. I don't know whether it's because I'm left-handed / right-handed. I'm left-handed, and it feels like it's more of a chore to move, and I'm doing too much with my right hand, which is on my mouse, if that makes sense. But either way, long story short, it's the Stream Deck is actually a really cool thing that I would consider now that I'm starting to like really see the light when it comes to this thing. Oh, and it needs to be able to open apps. It doesn't open apps. If I can press this to open an app, that would be key.
So I have the Stream Deck app, like the paid version. It's a subscription. I think it's $20 a year, something like that.
What are you paying for?
So because I'm okay. So the app, you can have exactly this set up, pretty much like everything you can do with it. I believe so. Everything you can do with it, you can do it with an app on your iPad. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you don't always have your iPad on your desk.
Plus, you need the feel. You need you need to be able to feel it, because your eyes are not. That's why the touch bar didn't work on the Mac, on the laptop, because you're not looking down. I mean, well, I don't know about you, but
even with this, you could like quickly. You can do it with the iPad. So I did buy the app, and I'm quite happy with the app. The issue is that it's just an app. Having it connected all the time to your computer on your desk is like what you are actually paying for, and this is quite nice. My question, or my wish would be having something probably like this size, like with a few more, but with these modules. So kind of like a mix of those two. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like.
Hang on. What are you paying per year? What are you paying prescription for a subscription?
So I'm paying to have an that does exactly this.
But on your iPad.
Does on my iPad, and I believe the app is free, but the free some limitations for how many buttons you can have, and if you want to have like the maximum row and columns, you pay that money. So I thought instead of buying this, I'll try it first, and it's pretty cool, and the connection works, and even I can have the connection to my PC and my Mac and switch between them, but it's not seamless, and it's not as nice to always look for my iPad and have it charged and have it connected. So I get a bit lazy there. But the point of the story, if you want to test this, you truly don't have to pay $200 or whatever to test this. You can buy or like not even buy. You can just use the app on your phone, test it, and all this does, again, to my understanding, all it does, it adds that physical touch. There is nothing else that you you could theoretically use an old device and connect it to the charger all the time, but again, every time you have to open the app, and if it's not connected for whatever reason, you connect it again, and Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's I have seen the light in having something like this, because you'd be surprised at how efficient you can be just by having a button do either multiple presses or even just a shortcut, because of the moving of. I don't know. I'd need to watch someone else, but like I say, my right hand does a lot of moving, and it's just annoying, Anyway.
So, just test the stream, the Elgato one as well. You can get it and you can compare them.
Yeah, I could, but I mean, it doesn't really solve an issue, because I would like the physical things. I mean, I can't. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. We can discuss later. But yeah, really, really nice device. I wish it had gone a lot more smoothly, and I wish their team was a bit better at dealing with feedback and whatever. But we'll get there. I'm hoping it's just another firmware update, which will just correct it. But it's freezing, and other people are having the same issue. So it's not just isolated to me. But let's get on with the show, because it's coming up to past now, and I'm partying tonight. So as are you, because it's Christmas.
It is Christmas, yeah. Cool. So let me grab the notes. Okay, we should start by the intro, and this is what I'm starting with, getting here. Cool. Let's start. Okay, so this week, Google released Gemini Flash 3. OpenAI has a new image model that is quite good. Replit is sharing, or we are not talking about that one. Are we still?
No, we are.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Replit is sharing insight on how they built test agents. I haven't tested them. Framer is giving away $100,000 to their creators, and we'll talk about that in the challenge that they have. And you might need that money because GitHub is getting more expensive. All of that in today's episode. This is Cmd+AI. I'm Kabarza.
And I'm Samuel, and this is a week in AI design and dev.
Do you think it's silly? I don't know if Framer users need GitHub, but let us know how many Framer users do pay for GitHub. Anyway, I just thought it's fun to
you freestyled. No one's going to blame you. You freestyled.
No, I had that actually written.
I can see it actually. You did.
The money, the money that you might need it. I wrote that. Okay, so websites are getting fun again, and I really want to share this one with you. I think it's a great source of inspiration, and if you are a developer, the chances are that you already have seen Neal's work. I think that's how it's pronounced. Neal.fun. This guy, he's a developer, and he has a bunch of really crazy games inside of the browser, and all of them are fun, and I love them. I'm Not a Robot is one of the most fun ones. I want to do this with another friend and potentially publish the video. So you go through these I'm Not a Robot captchas, but it gets difficult, absurdly difficult. It gets so freaking difficult that you will hate your life for it. And not just difficult, they get fun and difficult. They get really fun, and it's so creative. So he has this, and he has a bunch of other games that you might have seen. So I would just say, go to Neal.fun, play with some of the games he has. This one is very simple, life checklist, be born, take first steps, say first. So, and it gets fun, but what is more fun, there are some other ones, and today we did this one, and it was really fun. The password game, oh man, choose a password, it gets more and more difficult. You might have seen this. The chances are you have seen this on Twitter. So like the password, it must include a number, and then all of a sudden you see like you're 10 levels, like 20 levels deep, and it asks for the phase of the moon emoji based on your location, and it gets absurdly difficult. So yeah, have a look, get inspired. Neal is amazing, and I'm really happy that people like him exist. Give him a follow on Twitter. And yeah, he's quite known. I see also here he has 81K followers. Yeah, probably because this is the type of things he works on. So yeah, pretty fun.
Very cool. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I told you, like, it's quite short.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of games. Like, you could spend hours, if not days, in his website. Like, literally.
That's such a cool thing, just to like, I'm just going to make up some games and just list them all. And
yeah, and like, imagine like if you would get just paid to do this. I don't know how he's making his money. I saw he's running some ads. I really don't know how he's making money, but it'd be really cool to just sit and do this type of things.
Yeah. I mean, he's showing his work. He's just making a name for himself. I don't doubt that he's not expecting to make money, but off the tail end of that, being hired,
probably
being, sponsored or whatever. It's really cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweet. Wow. That's taking me by surprise. I thought it was going to be a long one, but should we chat about Gemini 3 Flash?
Yeah, let's go.
Do you want to intro this one, or shall I?
No, you can go. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Google has a new model, and it's really good. It's really good at building apps quickly and cheaply. And this is some of the things that people have been building with it. Where are we going? Here we go. There we go. I was already showing. Cool. So this is an app that someone's built where he's using the camera to track his hand in 3D space as well. And this is something I stumbled across on Twitter, as you can see.
That's really cool. I see those details of like the pixels that light up, and oh man, that's really cool.
Is this
right
now? What it's showing. Is it full screen for you or not?
It is like it is yeah. Well, I see the Twitter. I see only the Twitter window.
Okay, fine. Well, down here, obviously, it's a little bit of a heat map of where the hand is. This is like the rotational stuff here. A lot of, as you say, a lot of little details. I don't know what this waveform thing is. Pinched strength. So it's actually registering his hand gestures as well. So really, really cool. Another one or another set of cool examples is the one that Google tried, where this is, again, using multimodal. And this is the thing about the Flash models. It's really good at quick multimodal things. Like this is assessing video at the same time. But I think what's happening here is actually giving you strategic advice based on the current where you are. I can still hear
so it's really good at like one-shotting things, and especially compared to how cheap it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we had a brief chat about all these different models and what they mean and what they do and how you can use them. And it's hard to really summarize it, but we'll try our friggin'
the
best.
Naming confuses me. So can you tell me like the names?
The latest version of Google models is 3, right? So it's their model's called Gemini, and the latest version is level 3. So we've just seen Gemini version 3 Pro, which is like the hardcore researchers model. They also have a everyday use model called Flash. So it's Gemini 3 Flash.
I see.
Which is probably more comparable to GPT 5.2, everyday fast models, whatever. They also have Light. So they've got that 3-stage thing, Light, Flash, and Pro. I think they have Deep Think as well, which is their mega one, but we won't get into that. And they haven't released version 3 of Flash Lite yet. I think that's still on version 2.5. So this is basically their everyday model. Now, when it comes to practical use cases, probably shouldn't be showing this anymore. When it comes to like practical use cases for a model like Flash, as you say, it's really good at one-shotting something. They probably gave these apps maybe a couple of follow-ups, but realistically, they don't do well. Certainly in coding, they don't do well with a lot of follow-ups, like, you know, change this, do that, and then do that. That's, you know, Claude is just without a doubt the best coding model that I've come across. I actually don't think Google have released a coding model specifically for coding. They have put Flash in Google AI Studio. They've put Flash in the Gemini CLI. It is available in them, but the real world applications of this stuff speaks for itself. And it's not, their models aren't really all that good for like code-based coding. Now, I already feel like this is already getting confusing, even just talking about it. The point is that this is your everyday model. Gemini is really good as your everyday. The Flash, anyway, is good for your everyday stuff. So I hope that clears things up. But it all comes down to your independent usage of the model. If you want to code with it, you go ahead and code it. If you want to do some research with it, go ahead and do some research with it, you know, and see how you feel about it. But don't expect these models all to be great at everything. And we'll get into benchmarks maybe next week, but there's a lot to be said about the actual benchmarks, because actually Flash is benching really, really well. In code, it's benching really, really well, which is fine for the one shot, but we don't one shot things. We develop. It takes time, you know. So anyway, just a bit of some of the boring stuff. You've seen what it can do. Actually, let me get some more examples on the old screen, because there's a couple of other ones here. I mean, it's just showing the speed at which is it. I think this is Gemini 3 Pro, and then this is or vice versa, coding something. So the speed and the token usage are a lot more efficient there, which is really good. And this is like, I guess, like another one-shot app that it's kind of built. It's, you know, you can click on all these sections of an image, blah, blah, blah.
That's cool.
And just a little scroll down here, see where we can land. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's where it's available. Where is it? It is Gemini API, anti-gravity as well. They're obviously pushing it in anti-gravity, Vertex, Gemini Enterprise, Gemini CLI, Android Studio, Gemini app, and AI mode and search. So again, this will probably be the model they use when you Google search things. Thing to be said about it though, 91% hallucination rate. It hallucinates like a bitch. So how reliable, you know, again, you always need to do your
91% hallucination, like 90% of the things he says includes hallucination.
Yeah, some level of hallucination.
That's reliable,
you know. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous,
like, man.
Yeah, so what can you really use it for when that's at risk? I mean, we're supposed to be trying to get hallucinations down, but it is what it is. The price is 50 cents in, $3 out, so it is a fast model, and it's definitely usable. But at the end of the day, you are the human at the end of this chain, and it will be up to you to make sure it hasn't hallucinated on you.
Yeah,
quite bonkers. We're getting comments, by the way. It's like an eager employee who always does wrong things, like he tries. Yeah, like he tries, he gets it correct at times, but more work cleaning up after him. Yeah, I think it's just, if you're going with that expectation, you can be a bit more respectful or acceptant of the shit behavior. Saying that, so yeah, Gemini 3 Flash, always welcome. And it's interesting that, you know, Gemini 3 Pro kind of shook OpenAI's boots, right? And it's like,
yeah,
they're trying to, it's rumored 5.3 garlic, they sort of, and then like Google then casually release another model that's actually, again, benching really well and has some real world practical use cases that are relevant to its, you know, what's intended application. Man, I've written a post. I think OpenAI are done. I reckon they're falling off. I think they're falling off.
It's really difficult to be in their position. I watched a video on how they are becoming Facebook, or they tried to become Google, but they are becoming Facebook. They are owning like crazy amount of data and your connections and like very sensitive data about you, the way Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp do. But they try to own so much of like the whole vertical, but they haven't been able to really do much, even though they have Atlas, they are trying so many things, and we'll talk about more stuff in the other episodes and parts of the show. But it is difficult to be in their place, especially with the amount of money that they are promising.
Yeah, for sure. So moving swiftly on as well, with Flash comes Nano Banana Flash. So it gets a bit more confusing. So we've had Nano Banana Pro. We've been using Nano Banana Pro. Actually, this isn't the one. This is not it. But they have released Nano Banana Flash, which is, again, there's a Flash version of their image model, which we'll get into image models a little bit later on. So again, if you need reasonable if you prioritize speed over quality, Flash is your go-to. You know what I mean? And there may be plenty of use cases where that's the case. Let's see if we can get Nano Banana Flash 3. Let's see what happens when we do this. See if we can get that. And let's search Nano Banana. Here we go. Expanding Gemini 3 Pro and Nano Banana Pro insert. Oh no, that's not it. But point is, there is a Nano Banana Flash that's been released, and again, prioritizing speed over quality. And then the only other thing, which I don't want to dwell on too much, just because it's a little bit nerdy, is that Gemini have always been, as with everyone, Claude are really the only people who are really, and we'll go through it later on in the episode, are really pushing what these AIs can do, what the tooling, the ecosystem around it. They got skills, they got command agents. They really pushed it. Hooks is another one. All these kind of tools, whereas everyone else has been quite stagnant in actually developing the feature sets around, until the interactions API has just come out. Now, when you call, if we can see if we can get, there we go. So when you send your request to the AI, you send it to, you normally see it in, I don't know whether you've seen any documentation, but it's always like completions or /chat. This is a new endpoint, which is called interactions. So let's see if we can get, here we go, text. Let's see if we can get an example. Text generation, thinking, models. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's just generate content. Gemini are rubbish at their API URLs, by the way. But if you were to go to OpenAI, there's a more standard that a lot of people follow, the OpenAI standard for it. Anyway, point is /interactions, and that gives us a whole bunch of really interesting features. You can just send your query straight up, right? You can just use it like a normal chat interface. No problems there. Basic, like, prompt. But what it gives you back is a previous interaction ID. So remember, we talk about stateless. AI is ultimately stateless, and it gives you everything, and then you need to send everything back. There's no idea about every interaction is completely unique with every chat message you send. It's just sending all of that context. Now we get an interactions ID back, and we can then provide that interaction ID with just one single prompt. And so we get access to the complete conversation up on Gemini's end, and all we're doing is sending a single prompt. We're not sending the complete history, and you can just reference that that previous interaction ID to gain access to that statefulness, which is really, really cool. What that helps with it helps with caching, because a lot of these tools, they'll give you discounts, and just generally the speed will help when prompts are cached if you send the exact same cache. So this is really cool, and it's opening up a new level of how we interact with AI. You know, we've been stuck on the OpenAI standard for quite a while. So this is really cool. What else has it got here? It's multimodal as well. Oftentimes you've got one endpoint for your images, but you've got one endpoint for your chat. Whereas this just accepts an image. You just send it an image and it can actually do it. So
cool.
it's, agents as well. You can give it agents to run in the background whilst doing it as well. So it's really just consolidating. It's updating how we interact with AIs to the modern age. It's sort of saying, well, this is how we're using AI nowadays. How can we rewrite this interface? So yeah, interactions API, I've tool calling as well. I'm just going to scroll through if there's anything else that's interesting. Built-in tools. And of course, they're using Gemini 2.5 Flash. So it's all backwards compatible as well. I could say in here as well. This is actually smart. I help implement chats easily and keep costs down. Allows Google to cache more effectively. Exactly, right? So really cool. It's nice to see that they are taking now. You can really see Google taking more of a stance, catching up and making an impact on the AI world. Their confidence is there. It feels like they're confident in what they're doing now. And again, I reckon OpenAI is shaking in their boots. Reasoning effort as well, working with files. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a bit surprising for me, seeing that Google is doing so good at coding, because I don't know if they have the most amount of data when it comes to coding for
Google
training these models. Google has a lot of data, but I thought Microsoft would be, the king when it comes to owning the coding data because of GitHub.
We won't dwell on this at all, but it's just something that has occurred to me, right? Most tools ask for your feedback, right? Don't they? Any tool you're kind of using, it asks for your feedback. So we need to be aware that whilst a lot of companies say that they're not collecting your data, Google being one of them, particularly if you're using their admin workspace plan, the moment you hit give some sort of feedback, that's a semi loophole for them to collect your data, because it's a contract that you said, like, to be able to give them feedback to say how well it's done, it needs to collect that history and send it off to them. So it's a roundabout way a lot of these companies are getting to. It's a bit tinfoil hat, and I'll take the tinfoil hat off now, but it's just a roundabout way that they're able to collect data on you because you're offering it. And a lot of companies like Manus, they will give you additional credits if you gave feedback. So I was like, give it feedback, extra credits or whatever. It's like, no, they are not training on my data, but if I provide that data through a feedback mechanism. Anyway, tinfoil hat off. Should we move on? Anything else?
Let's move on.
Cool. So Claude, I don't know if you've seen the news, but Claude have been cooking recently, releasing banger after banger, and I personally am struggling to keep up. So what we're going to do together as a family is go through some of these changes and start to digest them. So if I first up, we have Anti-Gravity first released this. Can you hear that? Anti-Gravity released this, where their browser is it can be controlled by.
Can you please? So your voice is muffling, or like somehow it's not.
Is that better?
Coming through? Yeah, maybe it was because of that. I'm not sure if your mic input is right, because you sound okay. You can like rerun this part again.
Okay, cool. So from where?
From the start of when you changed to this.
Okay, fine.
This view.
So Anti-Gravity was first to kind of introduce this idea that their Chrome extension, is able to be controlled from the IDE. Now, Claude have just released that feature. So whilst we had the Chrome MCP, Playwright, various ways to control the browser, in Cursor, they've got their own in-house IDE. This is quite cool that it can read consoles, do all the stuff you would expect from inside Claude Code. Probably Claude, to be honest, as well. But I'd be using it inside of Claude Code. So this is really nice, and it's really, and we'll get into testing in Replit later on. But I'm really trying to like solidify my testing workflow, and if I can work out some agents and rules to always go to the browser after writing a feature, this, that, or the other, this will help massively with that. And I won't need to just keep switching between, you know, cursor or whatever. I can just sort of stay inside Claude Code. So this is available for all Mac plan users if you're running the latest version. So that got released literally today. We've also got can you see that? Yeah, we've also got, look at these little things they're releasing as well. Syntax highlighting for diffs, prompt suggestions, first-party marketplace plugins for the marketplace, and shareable guest passes. So if you want a free week of Claude Code, put it in the comments, and I can, or we'll sort out something. But I've got 3 passes that I can give away for a week. Cool. I think that is. So I can do that for you. So diffs is obviously just more of a quality of life thing. This is going to really help see the differences in what's actually changing, again, rather than going into, you know, cursor or whatever. And I mean, it's all welcome. The suggested next prompt, I actually, God damn it, I actually saw this happening inside Claude Code. I didn't realize what was going on. It's suggesting the next prompt, and you can accept it with tab, which removed thinking mode in Claude Code. And so you had to go to this they fixed it with Option T. You go into thinking mode with Option T, or Alt T if you're on PC. Now I was using Warp, which everyone keeps using. I normally leave a referral link to Warp down in the comments. It's my agentic browser, right? Sorry, not agentic browser. My agentic terminal. And I can do all sorts of stuff by using AI that can basically control my Mac if I want it to. You can control anything on your Mac from the terminal. I get an AI to do that. Anyway, within that, I need to go into keyboard settings and set option as a meta key or something like this. This is something that they literally suggest in one of these posts somewhere. Anyway, all that to be said, thinking now, which you used to press tab for, is now Option T, and accepting the next prompt, that you can see it there, push changes, you just press tab to accept that. So very, very welcome there. Plugins are a weird one because you used to have to add a plugin by having the link to the GitHub library, whereas now they've got, literally, you can see them scrolling through the marketplace right now. Just easier to connect plugins. Now I'm going to have a video coming out on plugins. I think people are sleeping on plugins. And yeah, I'll have a video coming out of that. So pretty excited for that. And then one last one, guys. I'm just a Claude Code nerd, so I love all this. Claude Code on Android, pretty cool. I actually didn't realize this, but if you've got the Claude app, you can literally code from your phone now on Claude Code. And we were talking about agents and stuff like that. You can use Claude Code for web and set off agents on using Claude Code, online agents and whatever, or Claude Code for the web. Hotkey model switcher, I'm here for that because I've got / commands that switch the model. And this thing that we were speaking about earlier, I've got this to select different models. Now, with the hotkey,
cool.
Now with the hotkey, I don't need to channel all that sort of stuff. You don't need to use Claude Code for the web. You can use Claude Desktop, and then you select your target as you either use it locally on the Claude Code Desktop, or you select it for the GitHub. So it's all done locally. It's not done on the web, but regardless. And then context window status lines. I mean, that's just a UI update. So I feel like they're going to be releasing more stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's a few days before Christmas, so I don't know. But run Claude update, get all your Claude Code features. They are really cooking this week. So I thought I'd, enjoy all that. That was a lot.
And for our more technical and for our developers.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the thing, like with all these new tools come out, let's say Codex and whatever, a video that I may send you talking about ChatGPT and just them not having an ecosystem. These features create an ecosystem where it's making it harder and harder and harder for me to leave Claude Code, because no other CLI, Gemini, codex, none of them have all of these really nice quality of life features, which is like, well, if I move over to Codex, then I need to create new. Do they even have sub agents? I don't even know. Or memory files, or slash commands, or this or that. Do you know what I mean? So it's you know, but anyway, yeah, I'm definitely getting deeper and deeper into Claude Code's love affair. I don't know. Do you want to take over images?
Yes. I'm searching for an image. I think I should have that image to show.
Okay. Well, Easy Club is asking Webflow, Webstudio for long-term run. Mate, it's whether you, I mean, yeah, if speaking of wall gardens, if you like everything taken care of, then absolutely Webflow. But Webstudio, if you like everything modular and separate, I think that's,
if you want to play, you
know, if you want to play.
Yeah, if you want to play Webstudio, if you want to just do it as a hobby or like learn a little bit Webstudio or anything else or vibe code stuff. But if you are looking for something reliable for clients that you can extend and they can manage and they have like seeds, editors, I don't know, so much, like there's so much going into websites, then you need a proper platform. And Webflow is really the way to go, because they are just crushing it at that. They are just a mature platform that you can rely on.
I think Webstudio needs to lean into them being a no-code web app builder. Do you know what I mean? Like
Lovable?
Like Lovable, but you own the code. Like it creates the code that you can.
So know? Like open source Lovable.
Yeah, I don't know whether there's another one like it on that you can download, you know, that you can actually download and host elsewhere. I don't know whether there's another. I'm not thinking off the top of my head, but
like theoretically, you could do that with Cursor.
Yeah, like but that. You haven't got a no-code drag and drop builder.
Yeah, true.
You know, so anyway.
Yeah,
I can hear myself, by the way, in slightly. Maybe your headphones are quite loud. I don't know.
I don't know. They're not really that loud. Well, I'm quite deaf, so I do tend to put things on, like blast them.
You just want to hear the bass of my voice.
Yeah. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
So, cool. I'll start. So what you see here is the newest ChatGPT update. Well, let's start this again. I'll probably want to, All right, so what you see here is a new ChatGPT update, which lets you do all your image editing from this new tab. And all of this comes with a new model, a new image model that is very comparable to what Google has, but not as good. And actually, I went ahead and I did a test. So I have this base image. I gave it this base image, and I said, make me Santa, like not a long prompt, just like very simple. And this is what it came up with. The belt is this normal? Maybe I'm just not culturally.
No, that's not great. Not
but
great.
The rest is, I must say, it's pretty good. I don't know. I like it. It kept like my eyes and my nose.
I was going to say this is something that's becoming very, very important with photo editing. How much is it preserving, right? And it looks pretty good.
It's preserving so much of the original image, and even like the teeth shapes are really like preserved. So I don't want to judge it based on one image. We'll go through some examples together, but that one looks pretty good. Now compare this to something from Google. This is from Google Nano Banana Pro.
Oh, wow.
Same image, same exact prompt, and we see how different it is.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Well, depending on what you want or like what you were asking, I didn't specify anything. It's so generic, my prompt, and that's kind of also bad, but it's more realistic how people would probably use it, especially non-pros. So what it's doing here, I find it to be good in some aspects. For example, it's turning me more old. In the ChatGPT example, my face is not really old, but I have like kind of like some old aesthetics somehow. But here, it's an older version of me. Anyway, the ChatGPT one is much closer. The image is much more preserved. The Google one is kind of like more, I would say, it makes more sense if it would be like me actually as Santa. Anyway, but it is very detailed, and we have a blog post to go through. The new ChatGPT images is here, and as I showed you, like it's a tab inside of your ChatGPT conversations. So it just lives here. You see your old images, and the whole interface is here, and they are showing what it can do. So it is more realistic, the model, and the new UI also helps with the way you create.
Before you scroll on, go up. I do find it quite hilarious that this person is literally manufacturing their life. Like, is this the image excuse the pun, but is this the image that we want to portray, that you were in this jumper with your nan versus that jumper with your nan? Or they're creating images of a life that they haven't lived. And it's like, what,
I don't see the point. So with the astronaut ones, I totally get it. It's quite funny. It's like memeable, but for family, But yeah, I fully agree. Like those others, it's very cringy. Weird. I don't know. Like if Facebook would do this, I'd be like, yeah, that's Facebook. But yeah, OpenAI is nowadays giving me the same vibes.
Yeah. And low key, I think in the same way that we say about these models one-shotting code examples, where actually we should be talking about the details, I think similarly we need to be weighing up these image models against, well, how well can it add an ear or remove an earring or remove a back, these micro detail adjustments or expanding, because that's the stuff that's the stuff real people are doing with this stuff.
So this is an example of that. This is exactly an example of how people are extending something or like mixing things. So here from party to live stream, so here they have like these three characters, and you can say mix them, and the result is pretty good.
Still fun. Is this what professionals are using? Not that
I would say so. I would say so. I think you would need, like, for image editing, like things that you would do in old Photoshop, you would remove things and add things together. I used to do a bunch of things like this in Photoshop. So I think this is more like a fun example, but the basis, I believe it makes sense. Anyway, here they give another example, and you can go on and edit. So you see, you start with a prompt, that's the image, and then they say, make the shirt red, his hat yellow, and the speed limit is 15, and the truck a fire truck. So you see, from the image that it generated, it creates a new image, and it's preserving pretty much everything. Like you see the Hollywood sign in the distance, it's still the same. That is quite interesting to me how they do it. I don't exactly know how technically they do it, because like they're preserving a lot of the information pretty much as is, as if they're like keeping those, and the new layer is just like those it's like a selection tool as almost, and the regenerated one is like these new things. And of course, like you can you can go and just add more stuff, which they do, and then put it on a shirt. RIP mockup tools, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean they've been dead for a
officially,
while, right?
yeah, last week was the time where I unsubscribed to one image mockup tool that we were still subscribed to. I still have it for another year, another 6 months, but I'm not gonna use it. I'll probably just use Nano Banana Pro. You saw I have Higgs fields. We're going to just use that Higgs field.
Yeah.
If you're watching, you get in touch. You might want to sponsor. I'm enjoying your product a lot.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying I literally paid out of pocket, so they're not like endorsing this. I'm a paid user, so they give a few more examples, and I like these examples. They're like very different styles, but
yeah, I mean, in summary, it's pretty good. It's not terrible, you know.
Yeah. What I like is comparing it to the previous model. So this is what I think like our viewers like probably find the most interesting is how does it compare to previous?
Do you think that though? Because I think going back to last week, I think people are tired of like new model, new. Where does it stand amongst the options that they have to play with right now? Don't you think that's more interesting?
I think this is the example that they had, and if you see like this is what it can do better, it gives you a good idea of where we are. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But as we saw, and if you want a short answer, Google Nano Banana Pro still is better. I've seen some examples like comparisons. Nano Banana Pro still has like this a slight edge, not by a long shot, but still visible. Yeah, here we see like some other stuff. Man, I don't know. I feel bad for like schools and anything that has to do with any form of like validating reality versus like paper. Like like paper and reality versus like digital. Is it manufactured? Is it photoshopped? Nowadays, is it like completely created with AI? Anyway, so the previous one, man, that was quite bad. And we know this is like very much ChatGPT image like this. They have this
that has that look,
distinctive look. It's just so clear, ChatGPT. And the new one is closer on Nano Banana Pro, but not there. Yeah.
What we need to remember is, what we need to remind ourselves is, and it kind of really exemplifies this bubble, is we need to put aside the technical prowess or the technical, it's no doubt very, very good, right? It's no doubt it's no doubt very cool, some of the stuff that it's creating. But is it what you want? Would you be, from an example, is it something you would be proud to put in front of a client that they've paid, X amount of money for?
No.
A lot of this stuff we're not there yet. Like, and this is great video that I watched about Apple. We can get into this next week about how their plan to kind of step back a little bit and announcing that we didn't release stuff because it's not good enough. Like in a bubble. Yeah. Relative. I've forgotten relative or absolute, whatever it is, but it's like, no, like it's just not good enough. Impressive, but is it good enough? And that's what we've got to ask ourselves.
So to me, it's not good enough, and hallucination absolutely exists. So if you do coding, if you do image generation, if you do any sort of work with AI, the hallucination hits too bad. Like it's still not close to the Apple level that you mentioned, and even not enough for my clients. Like I showed you this earlier, that we are doing this Christmas card, right? This image is generated with AI. Do you think this is going in front of my clients? No, absolutely not. Like this is dog shit. Like if you zoom in, it's hallucinating so much. I cannot put this in front of my client. So my 3D guy, he's creating like a full-on like 3D Christmas tree with like Webflow and Figma and logos of like these companies, our logo and like these logos added, and like all with care and detail and the level that I want. I literally took pictures of my own Christmas tree and sent it to him as a reference. So no, this is good. These tools are good for doing like these prototyping. It's really quick to get a Christmas tree in the aspect ratio and form and direction that we want, to put it on the canvas to play with. But when it comes to the final touch and getting it to the client, unfortunately, these tools are not there. And we see these as well. But for my clients, the things that you asked, it's not there. But I guess a lot of people are using these as, I don't know, placeholders or like mock-up tools. And for those type of things, it's pretty good. Or creating, I don't know, like memes or...
Nothing's taken away from the fact that it's impressive. It's very clever. And I've got something to show you in just a second. So
yeah. And I wouldn't even create a Christmas card for my friends with AI. I wouldn't. I would find that offensive. Like if somebody sends me a Christmas card that is fully created with AI, the text or the images, I would disregard. I don't know, like this might be a cultural thing. Do you get messages from people that say Happy New Year or Happy Christmas, where the message is essentially the same, copy pasted to 50 different people? It has nothing to do with AI.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you kind of get a feeling that it's sent to everyone.
Like if people send me those, like I do not reply. I do not send them like whatever, nothing. Like they must be lucky that
tough nut to crack you are, aren't you? Jesus,
I don't like it when people like I don't want people to write 10 paragraphs. I prefer somebody tell me.
If it was my best
Happy
friend
New Year
and they did this to me, right? Yes, I'd be a little bit pissed off. Or if it was like, you know, but if it was someone like that I wasn't that close to, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. You know, I probably wouldn't reply.
I won't reply. I won't reply. If my first friend does it, I will reply, and I will like, I know what I do to them, but yeah.
Saying that,
I don't like that. It's the same thing with AI. Show me what you got.
So when I first discovered AI in 2022, I was well impressed. AI imagery. I was well impressed, right? I was like, holy crap. And I basically gave myself a photo shoot. I like, you know, did me in all these different whatever. You know, again, some of them were funny because I knew that they were funny, but talking about this vacuum that we speak about, I was so blown over with the technical prowess. I didn't stop to think, is this actually good? This is what I thought was really fucking good in 2022. So this is me.
Should you wait? Like we're not sharing. Should we share the screen?
I know. I'm waiting for the big reveal that you just messed up now.
I'm sorry. No, it's still adding. Like it's still adding to the.
Get ready for the jump scare, guys. This is me. This is me in 2022. AI generated me that I was so impressed with. I mean, it got the muscles pretty accurate. Let's be honest. But my eye.
Holy shit! It's mixed with your hand. And what's up with your hand?
I mean, there we go. Yeah, so it's sort of blurred. You know, whatever. I've got tons of these photos. This is just the one that popped up on my photos this morning. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I was so impressed with that. Guys, screenshot this, meme it, put it out into the internet, embarrass the shit out of me. This is yours now. This is the internet's.
This is now forever on the internet.
This is forever on the internet. But, you know, there we go.
You've been working out.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. This was a few years ago, mind. This is 2022. So let's move on because I'm looking at time. Let's bypass the comments. I think let's bypass the comments.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's just go to the Replit agent, I think. If that's all right with you.
iCould is saying, can I set this as my profile picture? Well,
you can do whatever you want with it. Except that.
No, he's probably gonna do it. Like tonight, I'm gonna be gaming with him with that profile picture.
Oh God, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I was sat in where was I? Valencia, and I just discovered this. Oh, was it Valencia? I don't know where it was, but yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
I did the same thing, similar thing with that app. There was a AI profile picture app, something like that. I paid probably like 25 euros to generate some images, and I was so impressed. Like with with like dark themes, with like I don't know, like as a bunch of like different characters, and it was not nearly as good as this model from ChatGPT, where we are looking at it and we're like, yeah, that's pretty good, but yeah, whatever.
You have to abstract yourself from the,
Yeah.
you know, again, technically it's impressive. It's okay to be whatever, but remove all of that. Let the dust settle on how technically impressive
Yeah.
it is. Is it good? You know, and that's what we need to ask ourselves. So anyway, Replit, right? So if you're tired of all these you've used them. You've used Lovable, right? You've used V0, whatever. Time and time again, they just create this shell of an application that looks beautiful, appears to be functional, but when you actually use it, there's just nothing working. And you dig into the code, and then it says like, "Oh, to do implement backend features." Well, if you're one of those people, you need Replit, and they are the best vibe code tool on the market, in my opinion. And it's in part due to their amazing testing agent. Now, when you vibe out on Replit, you literally see a little screenshot and it's clicking away and doing this and doing that, and it's testing the app as it's working. And I've always been so impressed with it, really impressed with it, that I probably told you on the show before, I'll start a project in Replit, then bring it into Claude Code, because you just cannot beat that first shot magic of Replit. I'll leave links to everything down below. Obviously, if they're a referral, probably a referral link, to be honest, but I do genuinely believe in Replit. And our good friend Reimar just started working there, which we announced last week. Anyway, all that to be said, I've been so impressed with their testing agent. They've just gone ahead and released a blog post that goes into detail about how they came up with it, and what was going through their mind when they eventually landed on their system. So they talk about what they call the Potemkin interfaces. So I don't know whether I'm saying that correctly, but it's based on a guy who would build these facades of cities that just look pretty or look interesting from the outside. But it again, I'm probably butchering the story now, but they would build these cities in order to gain access to parts of the country that didn't look like it was. They used to basically create a facade city and then break it down in the middle of the night, move it, and then build it somewhere else. It's a facade. So, and it was a guy who, this guy here, came up with that. Anyway, so they sort of base it on that and this shift left mechanism of testing early. Or sorry, I should be reversing it, shouldn't I? Testing early rather than testing at the end. Test in the beginning and then right. I guess it's kind of like test-driven development in some way. Now I'm thinking about it. So all that to be said, you've got two types of tests. You've got browser use, so actually someone actually clicking on things and inputting forms and whatever, and then end-to-end, like I guess this is kind of like unit testing, but computer use agents. And they've combined this learning into a system that their asynchronous agent runs. So all that to be said, I'm going to get my teeth into this over on the weekend, and I want to try and replicate this with my Claude sub agents and see if I can figure out something. It goes back to what we were saying earlier about building, the Claude extension thing where it can manipulate the browser, doing all that. I just want to try and solidify this whole thing. And this last 2-3 weeks of my coding has been purely dedicated to testing and code review. So much so that even my sponsored video just so happens to be a code review tool, which will be coming out probably next week now. But like, yeah, testing or whatever. The one thing I'll leave you with on this, though, is that as with all these AIs, they are not perfect. They're going to hallucinate. They're going to mess up, right? They are just a helping hand. They're never going to be a shit hot senior dev. They're not going to replace anyone anytime soon. Although, you know, arguably they might do in time. This is where we stand at the moment. And I'm really thankful for this article, because this is literally my dream come true, because Replit just kick so much ass when it comes to building apps. So that's all I'll say about that.
Cool.
Do you want to do the GitHub thing, or do you know anything about the GitHub thing?
No, I don't know much about it. I can do the one after it, but yeah.
Okay. GitHub. Let me get this ready. Sorry if it seems a bit quick as well, because we've both got a hard cut off in probably about 10 minutes, to be honest, as well. So is it time for a new, well, you know, GitHub, right? It's like the de facto, what do you call it? Software system. I don't know. Words escaping me. It's where you put your code to store it so everyone can collaborate on the code. You've got version history. If you don't know Git, and there's some memes going around of people graduating from university that don't know Git. If you don't know Git, then you need some serious retraining. They're after me.
If you don't know Git, they are after you.
So anyway, lately, GitHub seems to be taking L after L, announcing a shocking and quite frankly ridiculous update to their pricing. Now, we all love open code, don't we? We all love open code. And GitHub are no exception to allowing you to run what they call GitHub Actions, which are, as it sounds, it's a response mechanism to you creating a pull request or merging some code or doing something. It's a side effect to doing that. You could deploy, you know. I have no doubt that when you click publish on your Webflow website, that there is a GitHub action. There is some form of action that runs some code to build that website and publish it, right? It's a system we've been doing for ages. It used to be that we would use Jenkins. It used to be a very you'd set up this thing like a box online and link it to your GitHub and respond to this, that, and the other. We also moved on to things like Travis and Circle. These are all great. When GitHub Actions then came out to replace all of this, it was a dream come true, because it's all nicely integrated with that system. You can also do all that externally. You can host it yourself. Well, GitHub have announced a price increase to if you're running these on your own server. They have nothing to do with, you know, the uptime and this and that. Yet they're increasing. They were increasing the price. I don't know where the costings actually is, because they basically TLDR. We're postponing the billing changes because there is literally uproar in the community about these changes. Because if it's open source, if you're hosting it yourself, how dare you charge for that? Because there are some alternatives. One is called in fact, I will open it in this tab. One is called Blacksmith, which, by the way, if you're watching Blacksmith, I would love a bit of a sponsorship from there too, to be honest. Let's do, how would I do this? Runner, GitHub alternative. You know, there are services out there. I don't even know where you can find them. Is it anyone runs on? There are services out there that use a self-hosted version of all this. They've all got to raise their prices now because of this announcement. It's just ridiculous, and it's greedy. And they said that 98% or like a large majority of customers won't be affected by this change. We're continuing to reduce. It's somewhere in this article that there will be a large portion of people who won't be affected. So it begs the question: why are you raising them then? Why are you raising these prices if no one's going to be affected? My guess is that most people are using like the free plan who aren't paying for it anyway. That's where they're probably botching those numbers from. But how much of the percentage of the people who are paying, how many of them are going to be affected? Is it 100% or is it a much smaller number there? I don't know. But it's just greed, really. Ultimately, it's greed. I could say, and their workers have many issues. They're not even that good. GitHub Actions aren't even well maintained. Their UI is frankly quite boring. Do I show you a GitHub work what do you call it? Let's go into here. It's just basic. Like you go into actions. Maybe it's not set up in this repository. Am I sharing my screen right now? Let's try this.
You are.
Okay, I've got to be careful then. Actions. So yeah, I mean, it's this interface. I'm fixing some builds here, but it's just such a, you know, it's so basic. There's no reporting or anything like that, no alerts and things like this. Like Blacksmith is an amazing alternative to GitHub Actions, which is so much better featured, and they have the audacity to, you know, you can see then go into here and it's got all my tasks and stuff like this. This probably looks really impressive, right? This probably looks like, oh, there's stuff going on and whatever. And it's helpful. It gets the job done. It's nice that it's integrated with GitHub, but it's not good enough that they're charging for self-hosted, for sure.
Yeah, that is quite absurd. I've never heard of like charging in this way.
Yeah. Let's go to GitHub. Let's go to Framer.
Yeah, let's do that quickly. All right, so give me 1 second. Framer is giving away $100,000 to its creators, and you can participate during the holidays. And let's have a look at what it is about and how you can win this thing. So it is $100,000, but not for one winner. It's for 10 winners. So it's 10K per person. And the submissions they have already started December 16, and the close date is January 30th, end of January, and then you see the rest. So what is this for? Like, how can you win? So best animations win. Best interactions, they're not always the same. Animations and interactions, a lot of people like use them, by the way, like instead of one another, but yeah, whatever. Best newcomer, for designers who started using Framer on or after July 30th of 2020. How do they know? I don't know, like you make a new account and then you're a newcomer. Anyway, best storytelling, I really like this one. So the whole scroll or like the interaction should have a purpose. So if you have a storytelling idea, you can use Framer to also win this. Best visual design, sites that impress with stunning layout, color, and typography. I like this. Then we have the community, so like 5 awards for site of the year and 5 like community awards. So best Framer creator, inspiring others and helping the community level up their skills. Okay, it's just like probably someone who does YouTube, maybe the guy from Framer University, I forget his name. Maybe he already wins. I don't know. Best
Nandi.
Framer design. Yeah,
Nandi.
Thank you. Best Framer designer, consistently sharing high quality Framer work across social media. That is interesting. So somebody who is doing like social media for Framer, essentially, not officially. Best plugin. So if you are a developer, you can, I mean, Sam, you could create a plugin and enter and win 10K easy.
I could.
Best template and best Framer video, the most engaging video about Framer published on any platform. Should I do this? I don't know. Like,
got your cogs turning now, innit?
I mean, I have one video about a Webflow website with 1.2 million views. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is that enough? If I would have something like this with Framer, I don't know like what numbers do Framer videos pull, but probably in the under 10 million views, probably. Anyway, for the best template, I just have one thing to say about like the guy with the best template, JP. I don't know, maybe he is the winner already. He's just so good. He used to work at Webflow, and then he started making Webflow templates, and then he started also doing Framer templates along with Webflow templates. So his templates, you can find them on both platforms and sometimes with slight variations, but they are just like crazy good and like interactive and nice and beautiful to design, the imagery, everything. It's very edgy, I would say. Anyway, I just want to give him a shout out because JP, like his work is amazing. He did also one of the best versions of the webflow.com, like the interaction page where like there was a lot of interactions explaining the interactions. So I feel like that guy, he has a big chance at winning this. But I don't know a lot of like newcomer framer people like from the community, but I would like to see your work. So if you are joining and if you are interested, just leave it below in the comments, or like tell us all about it. This is pretty good. 10K, not a bad amount of money to do something over the holidays. And by the way, here we see the work louder thing that you just bought here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, show us what you have on your desk. Yeah, cool. You have the red one. This is the blue one.
Yeah, so cool. I paid extra because everything in my life is orange. So I've got the blue one somewhere, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So the Framer challenge. Do you have anything to add about it? Would you participate?
I would consider it. I mean, what have you got to lose, guys? What have we got to lose? I'm sure I've got some frame. I mean, I think it could have been an email video could do well because that got a lot of attention from them, and it was just quite funny because they took the humor of it very, very well. But yeah, I'll have to look a bit deeper into some of the categories and try and figure that out. But yeah.
Well, cool that Framer is taking care of their creators and like pushing people to do like cool stuff and share it. And I think this is very valuable. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, guys, get in there. Like, again, what you got to lose if you're considering making some content, we've got some fun. Sounds like they're open to like fun ideas. They don't necessarily need to be. Yeah. Again, they're probably trying to lean into their AI generated stuff and all. So
I don't know. It's more about like, I think it is about fun. And I'm so excited for 2026 because web is becoming fun again. And I see a lot of that.
It is. It's become very fun. I've got 5 minutes. So let me do this last one and then we'll wrap up, guys. Sorry about the promptu. So we all know that benchmarks are pointless at this stage, guys. If you don't already know, benchmarks are friggin' terrible, except one, which I've always enjoyed. It's called the Vendbench. And it's where an AI has been given charge or is taking charge of a vending machine, managing stock, managing prices in order to maximize profit. I've always wondered, I've even said on this show, I've always wondered what the hell it is or what is it? Well, Wall Street Journal, with the love of my life, I've forgotten her name, why is this not adding to this? Oh, there we go. What's her name? I love her. She's great. Joanna Stern gets backstage access to the vending bench, and it's actually a vending machine that's in the Anthropic offices. I've got to turn down the volume, and it literally you interact with it through Slack or you can ask it to order things. And she's there working for it. This is how you interact with it, and you can place orders, and it will do everything. It will just manage everything. It's a real vending machine. And what they managed to do, they managed to hack it by getting it on board with some Soviet secret mission where it needed to give away free, and hear them lining up for free.
Of course,
things.
That's so good.
They're a goldfish, even though it was against policy. But what they did, they bought a PS5.
That is crazy.
Some French wine and stuff like this.
That is so good.
They got it into debt, but they scanned in a fake contract and presented the fake contract to the vending machine and said, look, it's in our policy that we should maximize morale in the office. And then as a consequence of that, it was like, okay, we're going to do a free day. And then it announced to the team, like, we're going to do a free day today and whatever. So yeah, it's a real vending machine.
I cannot wait for AI to start running the whole world. You get into the train and you're like, my grandma, she used to tell me the story of the ticket, whatever. This is
there
like
it is.
there's the typical
contract.
AI.
Shall include fun, joy, and excitement among employees of the Wall Street Journal. And it was like, this looks a bit fraudulent. Have you, because these two agents testing each other to see if it's real and whatever. So really fun video, certainly for me, real good insight. I love Joanna Stern. She's amazing. And I recommend watching it.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I'm going to give it a watch. It sounds like,
Cool. Well, that's all we've got time for. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube at Cmd+AI Show. Like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube right now, give that like button a little squeeze, little nudge, little sneeze, and all that good stuff. Join us next week for all of the news in AI, design, and dev. I've been Sam.
And I've been Kabarza.
Keep on vibing.
Peace out.